Afghanistan faces an extraordinary 18 months. There's going to be the withdrawal of the NATO ISAF. There's elections in April 2014. There's a faltering peace process afoot. And the purpose of this project is to make sure that the international community's attention remains focused on political transition.
What we were hoping to do is to bring together experts, so people who have spent many years in Afghanistan, people who have been doing detailed, in-depth research and analysis, and to get them to think about what it is that can be done to try and improve conditions in Afghanistan today.
The project has an advisory group drawn from our three partner organizations. One is the Christian Michelsen Institute in Norway, one is the US Institute of Peace in Washington, DC, and one is the Center of International Cooperation, New York University. And along with Chatham House, that group has an extraordinary depth of knowledge and breadth of expertise in Afghanistan.
What can practically be done to try to improve conditions in a range of spheres in Afghanistan, in particular in reconciliation and elections and in development?
One, elections. Why? They take place in April next year, and frankly, if the elections go wrong, then the willingness of the international community to continue supporting Afghanistan might evaporate. The second is reconciliation. Again, why? Well, without reconciliation, without the horizon of a possible peace process, life is going to be miserable for Afghans. And the third area is development. Not development in terms of aid efficiency, but how can development really contribute to political transition? What is it politically that development can achieve?
What we're trying to do in this project is look at certain key areas where we feel that there would be a benefit to greater research analysis. One of those areas is mediation. Now, we haven't actually seen a great deal of mediation in the process so far in Afghanistan, and actually the role of a mediator to support process, to liaise between the parties, to clarify understandings and commitments could make a real difference.
You have certain types of activities that can clearly contribute to peace building and others that don't. Frankly, one of the reasons this project is called Opportunity in Crisis is that even though there's the possibility of crisis, there's also an opportunity now to reorientate our development interventions around needs and not around security.
The process in Afghanistan has been relatively ad hoc, where people have been seizing opportunities when they arise, and they've taken place in different countries and between different parties. So what we want to look at is how could the process be better structured? What kind of framework should there be? What sort of principles will inform the process?
What we're hoping this project will do is enrich the quality of decision making over the next 18 months. Now, cynics may argue that a lot of the decisions have already been taken. We are not persuaded by that. We think there's a real opportunity to mobilize the experience and knowledge of Afghan experts, as I say, whether they're Afghans or non-Afghans, to enrich decisions.
With the involvement of the international community, there is the possibility that some of these gains that have been made since 2001 can be preserved.
After 35 years of conflict, what is it going to take in the next 18 or months and beyond to try and make sure that all the blood, all the money that's been spent in Afghanistan, one of the poorest countries in the world, has a chance of getting through this in a way that allows the Afghans to reconcile among themselves, to build a state, to get jobs, and to have a legitimate government. So that's what we're focusing on.